Thank you for finding this time for yourself to step onto your mat. Take a few moments to find a seated posture or maybe lying down on your back. Allowing yourself to arrive in this present moment. Shifting the awareness, starting to feel the breath. Feel the parts of your body that are connecting with your mat. Taking slow, deep breaths as we start to tune into that energy. Feeling the air as it enters into the nose. Feeling it at the back of your throat. Feeling that expansion in the chest, the rib cage, your low belly. And as you exhale, starting to find areas of the body that you can begin to soften. With each inhale, bringing in the new, imagining you're opening up a window, allowing that fresh breath of the air to come in, sweep away all the things that are weighing you down. Clearing away, creating that space. So as you start to deepen each inhale, maybe you start to drag those exhales across the back of the throat. Hearing that hum, feeling that vibration as you move into your Ujjayi breath. Hearing that sound like you're fogging up a window. If using that breath causes you anxiety or takes away from your awareness, allow that breath to escape, open mouth sigh. Knowing that we are not here on our mats to achieve a perfect pose, but rather cultivate a mind-body breath connection, using postures to move that energy, that breath more efficiently throughout our bodies. And as we move through shapes, exploring, starting to notice what feels good for your body, what does not. Noticing as we make small adjustments, maybe you bring in movement, maybe you hold it statically. Start to form your intention, your inspiration that is unique to your practice. Allowing that intention to settle into the body. And with your next exhale, start to allow small movement to come into the body, wiggling fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. Maybe move the head. Whether you're seated or lying down, inhale, bring the arms overhead. Maybe you interlace the fingers, pressing palms away. If you're lying on your back body, point those toes. Feel free to lift the low back from the earth, elongating through the sides of the body. Taking one more inhale, exhale, let the arms move back in towards your torso. If you're on your back body, start to bring the knees into the chest. Take a slow rock side to side, maybe forward and back the length of the spine. Start to move into a seated posture. With each inhale, we're starting to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, softening the shoulders. Still bringing in that new energy, feeling the air move into the nose, back of the throat, expanding through the chest, rib cage, low belly. Take an inhale, lifting through the chin. Exhale, lowering chin to the chest. Inhale, taking that lift through the chin. Exhaling, chin to the chest. One last time, take that inhale, lifting through the chin. Exhale, chin to the chest. Bring the chin parallel to the floor. Inhale, start to sweep arms up overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart. As we inhale, lift the fingertips right back up. Exhale, arms float open. Moving with your breath, start to feel the openness through the chest. Stay active through the fingers, stretching into the palms. Just bringing in a bit of rotation in the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving on the back body. And one more time, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up, exhale, arms sweep open, interlace through the low back. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, knuckles towards the earth. Feel free to bring a rotation into the neck. Keep the navel drawn in. Take one more inhale, exhale, release. Take that inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Take an inhale, lengthen through the left side of the body. Exhale as you arc to the right. Elongating all the way through the rib cage, left side of the chest, all the way up through that left arm. Keep a softness through the top of the left shoulder. Feel free to keep the gaze looking towards the floor. Maybe you'll look up towards that left thumb, opening left side of the chest. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Take an inhale, lengthening through the right side. Exhale, arcing to the left. Keep a softness through the top of that right shoulder, creating length from the right hip all the way up through the rib cage, right side of the chest. Staying active through the palm, the fingers. Maybe the gaze is looking towards the floor, maybe up towards that right hand, opening through the right side of the chest. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twist open to the right. Right hand behind the body, left hand on right leg or knee. With each inhale, we're lengthening through the spine. Maybe you move deeper into your twist as you exhale. The gaze over the right shoulder, maybe keeping the eyes closed. Inhale, reach back center. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand behind the body. Right hand resting on that left leg or knee. Lengthen through that spine with each inhale, feeling that twist deepen as you exhale. Maybe keeping the eyes closed, maybe gazing over the left shoulder. Inhale, reach back center. Exhale, hands to heart. Interlace the fingers. We'll move through those figure eights, bringing some movement into the wrists. Noticing the breath. Maybe you even out those inhales and exhales. Maybe you deepen the inhales, lengthening through each exhale. Reverse that figure eight pattern. And release. Start to make your way onto all fours, tabletop posture. So take a few moments here. Starting to notice how the wrists, the knees, shoulders, hips, low back feel. So maybe you tuck the toes, stretching through the bottoms of the feet, especially if you were sitting back on those heels. Maybe the tops of the feet stay connected to the earth. Maybe you take the arms a little bit wider than shoulder height. Maybe you shift fingertips out towards the edges. Again, play around. Don't be afraid to explore in your practice. Moving side to side, forward and back. Maybe noticing areas of the body that are holding on to tension. Places that are resistant to your breath. We'll come back to that neutral tabletop, pressing the earth away. Start to take an inhale, tip the tailbone up, bring the heart center forward. Keep the navel drawing into the spine, cow posture. Exhale as you round through the back. Draw the navel in, dropping chin to chest. Inhale as you move through that cow. Exhale as you round through your cat. 2 more times. Take that inhale, moving through cow. Exhale, cat. And one last time. Take that inhale, moving into that cow. And exhale as you round through your cat. Take it back to center, child's pose. Maybe knees are wide, maybe close together. Hips to heels, start to melt the chest towards the earth, lengthening down the spine. Feel free, maybe those hands, palms, forearms to the earth. Maybe you press into the fingertips, lifting through the forearms. Let the shoulder blades slide down the spine. Lengthening from the hip all the way down to the wrist. Let the hands move back to the earth. We're going to slide our chest between the thumbs, moving towards a cobra. So maybe you take the hands a little bit wider here to get that rotation through the shoulders. So imagine you're rolling a marble with your nose along the mat. Stay nice and low. Bring the chest down. Drop through the hips. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Little tiny back bend here. Exhale, lower down. Press into those palms, lift the torso. Exhale back through your child's pose. We'll take that a few times just to get a little bit of movement into the shoulders, warming it up. So feel free to take the hands a little bit wider here. Maybe the shoulders are tight today. Roll that marble with the nose. Maybe the elbows flare out just a bit. We're on that belly. Drop the hips. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, lower down. Press into the palms, lift the torso, engage through the core, hips to heels, child's pose. 2 more times, roll that marble forward, dropping through the chest, hips, inhale, lift, exhale down. Press into the palms, lifting the torso, back to child's pose. We have 1 more time. Keep the chest low, rolling that marble. Drop through the chest, the hips. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Press into the palms, lift the torso. Hips to heels, child's pose. We're going to stretch through our triceps here. So take the palms together, thumbs to the back of the neck. Press into the elbows like you're going to drag your body forward with your elbows. Let the thumbs move to the back of the neck. Slide the shoulder blades down the spine. Keep those hips pressing to the heels. Palms to the earth, moving back through tabletop. We'll move the knees back under the hips, tuck the toes. We're going to start to shift the hips back, lift through the knees, press the chest to the thighs as you lift through the tailbone. So take a moment here to maybe distribute the weight between the hands and the feet. Maybe you take a pedal through the heels. Maybe you move the hips, the head. So start to play around with that shift of weight. So notice if you're letting all of the weight rest in those wrists or the hands. We want to start to draw the energy up. So imagine there's roots through your fingertips. We're pulling the energy up through the arms, up into the back, up through the hips. Imagine you're trying to press your hamstrings behind the body. Draw the navel in. So even though we're rooting into the parts that are connected to the mat, we're drawing the energy up the body. We're going to take that right heel, hip height or higher, three-legged dog. As you exhale, we're going to shift shoulders over wrist. Bring the right knee towards right wrist. Engage your core. Inhale, press it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, start to shift forward again. Shoulders over wrist. Right knee towards right elbow. Draw the navel in, press the earth away. Press that heel out, three-legged dog. This time we're going to try to bring that right knee towards the back of the right tricep, maybe up towards the armpit. Push the earth away, draw the navel in. Press it out. Open the hips, stacking right over the left. Take the bend through the knee, drop through the heel. Maybe take a circle through that ankle. Hips even, right foot down. Left heel hip higher, three-legged dog. As you exhale, shift those shoulders over wrist. Left knee towards left wrist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards left elbow. Shift it back, three-legged dog. Bring that knee towards the back of the left tricep, maybe up towards the armpit. Round the back, push the earth away. Lift it up, three-legged dog. Open the hips, stacking left over right. Take the bend through the knee. Even out those hips, left foot down. Start to walk those hands back towards those feet. So take a moment here. Inhale, hands up the shins, half lift. Lengthen the spine, draw the navel in. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, take your half lift. Exhale, fold. And one last time, take that inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Press into the feet, engage the core. Inhale, hinge up through the hips. Long reach through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, swan dive fold. So feel free to move into any forward fold here. Maybe you wrap those arms around the backs of the legs, hugging chest to thighs. Maybe you interlace the hands through the low back, opening through the chest. Maybe you grab those opposite elbows, let the head hang. Maybe you shake the head yes, maybe you shake it no. Move the hands back towards the mat. So we're going to bend the knees. Let your chest rest on your thighs. That tailbone is tipping out behind you. So as we bring the fingertips forward, we're shifting the weight towards our heels. So feel the compression, chest to thighs. Maybe you start to lift the balls of the feet, the toes, wiggle those toes. And then we'll shift the weight forward. Letting the heels lift here. Oh, just feel that stretch the bottoms of the feet. Then we'll let the heels rest. Shift the hips back. Maybe lift through the balls of the feet, the toes. Give them a wiggle. So we're reaching the energy forward through the fingertips. Feel the lengthening down the back as you press the hips out behind. Lower through the balls of the feet. Toes set to the earth. Lift through the hips. And then let those soles of the feet rest to the earth. Walk the hands back, forward, downward facing dog. Take that right heel, hip height or higher, three-legged dog. We'll take that shift forward again. Right knee towards right wrist. Inhale, press it out, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring right knee towards right elbow.
Inhale, press it up. Exhale, try to shift that right knee towards right tricep up in the armpit. Inhale, press it out, open the hip, stacking hip over hip. Take that bend through the knee, circle through the ankle. We'll bring the hips even. We're going to shift forward. Right foot moves between those hands. So take a moment here to stay up on your left toe. Maybe you start to shift forward and back just a bit. Maybe you move side to side. You come on the outside edge of the right foot. So we're just creating some space here through the front of your left hip flexor and the quadricep. We're moving into the right hip. Set the left knee down. Feel free to keep the toes curled. Maybe you uncurl the toe. Modified dragonfly twist. Left hand stays. Right arm moves up and open. Take just a moment here to lift open through the right side of the chest. Exhale, move that right hand to the outside of the right foot. Shift that right hip back. Right sole of the foot lifts. Moving into the back of this right leg, the hamstring. Lift the chest here. Drawing the chest towards the front of the mat. Drawing the hip towards the back of your mat. We'll shift the hips forward. Right sole of the foot to the earth. Again, stretching through the front of this left hip flexor and the quadricep. Shift that hip back, move that ball of the foot up off the mat, toes lift as well. Keep the chest pulling towards the front of the mat as the right hip actively draws to the back. Foot moves back, hips forward. And one last time, move that hip back. Shifting forward. Tuck that left toe, lift that left knee. We're going to sweep that right foot up, three-legged dog, and then set that foot down. Bring that left heel hip height or higher as you exhale. Shift the shoulders over those wrists, left knee towards left wrist. Bring that hips back, foot up, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift it forward, left knee towards left elbow. Shift it up. Exhale, round through the back, draw the navel in, left knee towards left tricep, up in the armpit. Bring it up, open the hip, stacking left over right. Take the bend through the knee. Hips even. We're going to bring that left foot between those hands. Stay up on the ball, the right foot for just a moment. Shift it forward and back, maybe side to side. So feel from the inside edge of the foot to the outside edge of the foot. Keep that connection to your breath. You're always welcome to bring in some blocks here to create space between your hands and the floor. I'll set that right knee down and curl that foot. Headed towards that modified dragonfly twist. Right hand stays, left arm up and open. Exhale, let that left hand return to the floor. Start to shift your left hip back, left sole of the foot lifts up, lifting up through the toes. Keep the left hip pulling towards the back of the mat as you bring your chest towards the front of the mat. So it's that push and that pull, that effort and that ease. Start to notice what sensations you're feeling and where you're feeling them. Bring the hips forward, left sole of the foot returns, stretching back into the front of this right hip flexor and the quadricep. Shift the hip back, left sole of the foot lifts.
Hip draws back, chest moves forward. Bring the hips forward, left sole of the foot returns to the mat, stretching to the front of that right leg again. Bring that left hip back, lift the left sole of the foot up off the floor. Bring your collarbones forward, the heart centers reaching. Bring the hips forward, left sole of the foot returns, tuck the right toe, lifting the right knee. Slide that left foot up, three-legged dog. Set the foot down. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Take that inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One last time, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, press into the feet, engage the core, hinge up through the hips, arms reach. Exhaling, hands to heart. Take that inhale up. Exhale as you swan dive, fold. Again, choosing any forward fold that feels good to your body. Maybe those hands interlace through the low back, opening through the chest. Release through the neck, crown of the head towards the floor. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Maybe you hug chest to thighs. So we'll let those fingertips return to the floor, walking them forward, bend the knees, compress chest towards the thighs, have a little seat back through the hips. So as we're sitting the hips back, the chest is pulling forward, the heart center is moving forward. Maybe you start to lift through the balls of the feet and the toes here, wiggle those toes. We're returning, toes, balls of the feet to the earth, pressing into the hands, lifting through the heels, stretching the bottoms of the feet. Let those heels return, bend the knees, press the chest to the thighs, fingertips are in the mat. So we're actively drawing the chest forward, hips move back, maybe the balls of the feet and the toes lift here. Soles of the feet to the earth, walking hands forward, downward facing dog. Take that right heel, hip height or higher, three-legged dog. As you exhale, shift those shoulders over wrist, right knee towards right wrist. Press the earth away, engaging through the core. Press that heel up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring right knee towards right elbow. Inhale, press it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, that right knee towards the back of the right arm, tricep up in the armpit. Press it out. Step that right foot between the hands. We're up on the ball of the left foot. Take an inhale. We're lifting up high crescent. So take a moment again to maybe shift through the hips. What does it feel like to draw the right hip back, left hip forward? What does it feel like to engage through the back of your left hamstring? Draw the inner thighs together. Press through the left heel. Maybe you sink. Maybe you lift and lower. What does it feel like to shift to the outside, inside edge of the foot? We'll angle the body forward. Keep the arms reaching. Hands move, framing out that right foot. Left hand stays, right arm moves up and open, dragonfly twist. Let the right hand move on the inside of the right foot, heel toe the right foot towards the right edge of your mat. Toes can angle out a bit here, 45-degree angle, so that it's tracking knee in line with that right ankle. Feel free to shift back and forth, move side to side. Maybe you start to shift to the outside edge of the right foot. Feel free to maybe use some little pressure, that right hand on the inside of the right thigh, opening up that hip space. What does it feel like?
We'll slide that right foot back in, three-legged dog. We're going to move towards our pigeon pose. Shifting forward, bring that right knee towards 12 noon, maybe towards your right wrist, outside edge of the right side of the mat. Let the shins set to the earth. We're going to shift that left leg back here. So take a moment to maybe line up the knee on that left leg, the ankle and the hip. Noticing what's happening in the hips. Noticing the tightness of the right glute. Maybe it's open today. Notice if you start to shift over onto the right glute, causing the hips to be uneven. Maybe you have a block or a blanket to bolster that you can set under that right glute. Maybe you step on the hands here. Maybe you drop to blocks the forearms, maybe chest to the floor. So take some time here to explore. Notice what's happening. What are we feeling? Start to bring the hands back to the earth. We're going to tuck those left toes. So shift those shoulders over the wrists. Start to lift the left knee, lift up through the hips. We'll take that right heel, hip height or higher, three-legged dog. We're going to step that right foot back between the hands, and then we're going to start to shift forward. So the weight is coming into the right foot. We're bringing that left knee next to right. So we're squeezing the inner thighs, those knees together. We're pressing our left heel up towards our left glute there. So that's engaged. Flexing those left toes into the knee gives you a little bit more stability here. So notice if you're collapsing into that right ankle, right knee, we're pulling the energy up. So it's in the right hip, it's in the back body. The navel is drawing in. We're extending through the crown of the head. We're breathing. So we'll work a little bit of balance here. So feel free, if we fall out of it, we fall out of it. We just move back into it, give it a go. So we're going to start to hinge up through that right hip to come to a standing posture, leaving that left knee glued to the inside of the right, flamingo pose. So bring a little bit of softness to this right knee as you start to hinge up. So let the hands be anywhere that you need them to be for balance. So as we start to stand, find your breath, find your drishti, your spot to focus on, where we can bring that attention, building that focus. Maybe the arms reach up, maybe they're out to the sides, maybe they're on the hips, maybe they're at heart center. Take a moment to feel that grounding underneath the right foot. We're drawing the energy to the midline, the core of the chest, the crown of the head, the hips. Start to shift your left knee in line with your left hip, one-legged Tadasana. Let that right hand move to the left knee. Maybe that left arm moves towards the back, modified Shiva's twist. Maybe the gaze stays forward. Maybe you gaze towards your left thumb. Let the left hand move past left hip. To the inhale, reach the arms up. Left knee moves back in line with right. Squeeze the inner thigh, soften that knee. Waterfall forward into your forward fold. Let the hands meet the mat
Inhale, lengthen here through the spine. Coming back to that flamingo, tuck that left heel towards the left glute. You are welcome to stay here. Maybe the left hand stays as the right hand reaches for the right foot. We're going to start to lift through the left heel, lift up through the chest. Maybe the gaze stays looking at the floor. Maybe look towards the right side of the room. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Left foot next to right. Hands to the earth. Take a step or a hop back. We'll meet in plank or modified plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale through plank or modified. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take that left heel, hip higher, higher. As you exhale, shift that left knee towards the left wrist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee towards left elbow. Inhale out. Exhale, bring that knee towards the back of the left tricep, up in the armpit. Inhale out. Open the hips, stacking, bend the knee. Bring that even. Step that left foot between those hands. Dragonfly twist. Right hand stays, left arm up and open. Exhale, bring that left hand on the inside of the left foot, heel to left foot out towards the edge. So angle that left foot out a little bit so that the knee tracks in line with the ankle. Maybe you move a little bit forward and back, creating some space to the front of the right hip. Maybe you move to the outside edge of that left foot, opening the hip. Maybe left hand presses on the inside, creating more space. Slide that left foot back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, start to bring the left knee towards your left wrist. Maybe left edge of the mat, maybe 12 o'clock noon on the mat. Start to slide the right leg back. We're uncurling that toe, dropping that knee. Maybe you take a peek behind, trying to line up the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Maybe you start to just feel where your body is in space. Maybe you stay lifted here, creating some length through the front of that right hip as they start to soften. Allowing the breath to do its job here. Maybe you drop to the forearms, blocks the chest. Noticing the sensations. Is that left glute tight? Is it open? Maybe we're feeling something somewhere else. Start to move back up onto those hands. We're tucking those right toes under, lifting through the right knee as we shift the shoulders back over the wrists. Start to lift through the hips. We'll lift that left heel up, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, we're stepping that left foot back between the hands.
Keeping a soft bend through the left knee, start to shift the weight forward into the left foot. We're bringing that right knee next to the left knee. So we're gluing it right next to there. We're squeezing those inner thighs. We're bending through the right knee, bringing our right heel towards our right glute, flexing right toes in. Flamingo pose. So notice if you're starting to collapse into that left leg. Let's start to root through the left foot. Draw the energy up into the left hip. The core, draw the navel in, engage through the back body, taking the gaze out in front of the body here, lengthening through the spine. Keep your breath moving. Notice if you're gripping through those left toes. Again, play around. What's going on with the weight? Maybe if we shift to the inside-outside edge of the foot. Maybe we let a breath go through an open mouth sigh. Work a little bit of balance here, so have fun. Maybe we fall out of it. That's okay. We're at home. Nobody's looking at you. So start to engage through that core. Bring a softness to the left knee. You allow the hands to move wherever you would like them to be. That is best for your balance. Start to find your drishti, your spot to focus your gaze, your attention on. Building that focus. Start to bring right knee even with the hip, one-legged Tadasana. You're always welcome to stay here. Maybe you take a modified Shiva's twist. Left hand to right knee as the right arm hand reaches out behind the body towards the back of your mat. Lift up, bring all the energy to the midline, your torso, the hips, the core, the chest, lengthening up through the crown of the head. The right arm, move past right hip, bringing those hands maybe to heart center, maybe they lift up towards the ceiling. Start to shift right knee back in line with the left. Bring softness to the left knee as we hinge through the hips. Headed back to that flamingo. Move through the chest, lengthen the spine. Hands return to the earth, maybe our blocks. You are always welcome to stay here. Maybe you start to kick right heel up towards the ceiling. Maybe you stay here. Maybe the left hand reaches for the right foot, pant leg. We're pressing the foot into the hand, lengthen through the spine, engage through that core. Notice what's going on with the breath. Check in there. One more inhale, exhale, release. Let the right foot set next to left. Bring that forward fold. Feel free to step the feet back. Maybe you take a hop, meaning in plank or modified plank. Take that shift forward, lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. We're going to roll onto our right side. So feel free, maybe you prop your head in your right hand. Maybe you take a lay down on that right arm. We're going to bring the left hand in front of the body for support. We're going to zip those inner thighs together, lifting the legs as one unit. If that just is not going to happen for you today, feel free. You can always just lift the top leg here. Working a little bit obliques, inner outer thighs. So we'll take that inhale, start to lift, take a pause. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and pause. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift and pause. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One last time, take that inhale, lift. And exhale, down. We're going to start to move up onto our right forearm. So let that right elbow stack under the shoulder. Bring that left foot in front of the body here. We're going to lift and lower that bottom leg. Take an inhale as you lift through the right leg. Set it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Take an inhale as you lift. Exhale down. 2 more times. Take that inhale, lift. Exhale down. And last time, take that lift and exhale down. So we'll let that outside edge of the right foot set to the earth, pressing into the right forearm. We're going to lift through this right hip here. So take a moment to lift and breathe. We're going to set that back down to the earth. Take an inhale, lift and breathe. Exhale down. Again, take that inhale, lift. Find your breath. Exhale down. Again, take that inhale, lift. And exhale down. Take that left foot behind the right. We're going to take an inhale, lifting here. Let that left arm open. Lift through the left side of the chest. And exhale, set it down. Bring that left foot back in front of the right thigh. So maybe today you're staying on that edge of the right foot, right forearm, and you're going to lift that hip, left arm reaching up. Maybe you engage that right inner thigh today, lifting that whole right side of the body off of the floor. Find some breath. You are welcome to stay right here. If you would like to try your baby grasshopper today, we're going to set the hips down for a moment so we can come up on the right palm. Take that left hand in front of the left shin. We're reaching for the right foot, toe, pant leg. Maybe you have a strap that you can put around the ball of your foot. And then we're going to shift the hips forward, pressing into the left sole of the foot, the right hand. Keep the press through the right heel, engage the inner thigh. Keep that breath moving. Take one more inhale. Exhale, we're going to set that down. So if you're down on that right forearm, we're going to come up, right wrist under right shoulder. Right edge of the foot is still going to stay connected to the floor. So we're coming into a modified side plank, pressing into that left sole of the foot, engaging through that left side of the body, still engaging through the right oblique here. So lift up through the left hip, take that left arm up and open. We'll engage through those obliques just a bit more, bringing in breath and movement. Take your inhale as you exhale, moving that left arm under the right. Take an inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, move it under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, under. Inhale, lift up and open. Exhale, sweep it under. And one last time, inhale, open. Exhaling under. Set that right side body back towards the earth. We're setting up for a seated spinal twist. So we're going to start to bend that right knee even more. Bring the right heel towards your hip. Let the left hand set behind the body. Take an inhale, lengthening up through the right side. Exhale, either tuck that right elbow to the outside of the left leg. Maybe you just hug that leg. Sit up nice and tall, lengthening through the crown of the head with each inhale. Feeling that twist as you exhale. Take one more inhale here. Exhale as you release. We're going to open those legs wide, taking a seated, wide-legged forward fold. Start to let the tailbone tip out behind the body. Take an inhale, lengthen up through the side body. Exhale as you fold forward, hands to the earth. Maybe you come down to the forearms. Maybe you bring in those blocks. If you have a bolster, you can always re-lengthen the spine with each inhale, folding into it as you exhale. As many times as you need, maybe lifting with that inhale. Exhale as you fold. Feel free to explore, maybe moving to the left or to the right. Maybe moving into a side you don't normally move into. So maybe you always take the forward fold and you stay right in the middle. Maybe you never tried extending through the spine, pressing the sit bones back. Maybe you never walked over to the left or the right. Just noticing. Inhale, lifting back up through center. We're going to be on our left side. So feel free to lay that ear alongside your left arm all the way down to the floor. Maybe you prop your head up in that left hand, right hand in front of the body for support. Feel free, maybe the right leg just lifts today. Maybe you engage those inner thighs, keeping them glued together. Take an inhale as you lift and pause. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, lifting and pausing. Exhale, down. Inhale as you take that lift, pause. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhaling down. One last time, take that inhale and exhaling down. We're going to push into this right palm, coming up on our left forearm. Right sole of the foot moves to the inside in front of that left quadricep. Taking that left leg up and down, engaging the inner thigh. Take that inhale as you lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, take that lift. Exhale, down. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, down. One last time, take that inhale and exhale, down. We're going to press into that left forearm, right sole of the foot. Left side edge of the foot is staying connected to the floor. Lift up through that left hip. Engage to the right side body. Right arm lifting up. You are welcome to stay here. Maybe you engage even more through that left inner thigh, lifting the left foot up off the floor. Notice if you're collapsing into your left shoulder, we're drawing the energy up to the right side of the chest, all the way up into the right hand. Maybe you're trying baby grasshopper today. Set the left hip down, come up onto the left hand. That right arm reaches in front of the right shin towards that left toe, foot, pant leg. Maybe you got that strap at home. We're pressing into the left hand, right sole of the foot. Shift the hips forward, lifting that left side body off of the mat. Extend through the crown of the head, pressing through the left hip. Take the hips back down. We're going to move back to that left forearm. Right sole of the foot moves behind the left leg. Press into the edge of the left foot. Lift up through that right side body. Maybe you roll the right side of the chest up and open to the ceiling. Bring the hips down. Right sole of the foot moves back in front of that left leg. We're moving to the left palm. Let the wrist set under the shoulder. We're pressing into the edge of the left foot. Right sole of the foot lifting up through the hips. Modified side plank. Right arm reaches up. We'll engage through those obliques again. Take an inhale as you exhale. Thread that right arm under the left. Inhale. Reach it up and open. Exhale under. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, moving under. 2 more times. Take that inhale up. Exhale under. And one last time. Inhale. And exhale, moving under. Coming back to center. Drop that left hip to the earth. Bend through the left knee, left heel towards your glute. That right knee is bent. Right hand behind the body. Left arm reaches up. Find your length. Exhale, maybe you tuck that left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Maybe you just hug that leg in. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, taking that gaze over the right shoulder.
Inhale, exhale, back towards center. We'll unwind those legs, bring the soles of the feet to the earth, knees bent. We're going to start to make our way down towards our back body. Nice, slow and controlled. Let the heels move in towards the glutes. Inhale, lift the hips, let the arms reach over. Find your breath here. Opening through the front body, engaging through the hamstrings, the glutes. Take one more inhale, exhale, lower the hips, let the arms come alongside the torso, knees to chest. Hug those knees in, maybe lifting chest to thighs, maybe rocking side to side. Keep the knees bent, soles of the feet to the earth. We're going to open the arms, shoulder height, wide T posture, palms down or maybe palms up, you choose. We're pressing into the soles of the feet, lift those hips, set them towards the right edge of the mat. Exhale, let the knees fall over to the left. Maybe you take the gaze towards your right hand, maybe you keep the eyes closed, just turning the head. Maybe the knees stay stacked. Maybe they don't make it all the way to the floor, so maybe your left hand helps. Maybe it puts some pressure on that right leg. Maybe the right leg extends here. That right leg is extended, bend the knee, bring it back in line with left. Inhale, we'll bring those knees back to center, hips to the middle of the mat. We'll press into the feet, lift the hips, set them towards the left edge of the mat, set them down, exhale, knees to the right. So we're just lining up that spine here. So feel free, maybe keep the eyes closed, turning the head to the left. Maybe the gaze is looking off towards the left. Maybe the knees don't make it to the floor. You can always use the right hand for support or a block. Maybe the right hand presses on that left leg to make it move closer to the floor if that feels good. Maybe the left leg extends. We're still bringing that awareness to the breath, the thoughts, our bodies. Still observing, noticing. Not judging. If that left leg is extended, we'll bring the bend back into the knee, legs stack. Inhale, bring the knees center, hips to the middle of the mat. Bring those knees in one last time. Maybe taking the knees wider. Maybe bringing in a rock. Maybe you feel like bringing in a happy baby. You feel like one last full body opener for front body, soles of the feet to the earth, heels close to the glutes, arms alongside the body. Walk those shoulder blades close to the spine, taking that bridge posture. Lifting up through the hips. Keep that gaze looking up towards the ceiling. You're always welcome to interlace the hands. Pressing those hands edges of the pinkies into the earth. Maybe you come up onto the balls of the feet, taking your expression of bridge. Keeping that weight away from the back of the neck. Imagine someone is taking the heel of the hand, pressing you up between the shoulder blades, lifting you up through that heart center. Take one more inhale, exhale, start to lower. Let the shoulder blades move out from underneath. We'll start to lengthen the legs long. Moving in towards our Shavasana, our final relaxation. Make any adjustments through the hips, the shoulders. Feel free if lying on your back body is not comfortable for you. You can always bend the knees.
Maybe you let the knees fall in, feet to the edges of the mat. Maybe you bring soles of the feet together, knees out. You can always prop blocks, blankets underneath the legs to help support. Maybe you feel like rolling onto your side, your front body. Maybe you like to end your practice in a seated posture. So take a few moments to find whatever posture allows you a bit of stillness. Closing the eyes. Relaxing all of the muscles in your face. Softening the eyes. The space between the eyebrows. Loosening the lower jaw. Letting your tongue settle away from the roof of your mouth. With each inhale, feeling the expansion through the chest. And as you exhale, letting the shoulders round down towards the earth. Letting go of any tension at the back of your neck. Allowing the arms to become weightless. Softening fingers and palms. With each breath, feeling the expansion and the contraction of your belly. Feeling the earth support your back body. Releasing any tension left in the hips and the glutes. Letting go of any tightness left in the quadriceps or the hamstrings. Softening knees and shins. Releasing the calf muscles. Relaxing all the muscles in the feet, each and every toe. Imagine that you are drawing in this next inhale through the crown of your head. Letting that breath wash through your body like a wave as it carries away any tension, tightness, stress, or anything that does not serve you. And releasing it with an exhale through the soles of your feet. Slowly begin to invite gentle movement back into the body. Wiggling fingers and toes, turning the head side to side. Shifting the legs closer together as you draw the knees into the chest, rolling onto your side in a fetal position. Taking these last few moments to notice a stillness in the mind, still feeling the movement of each breath. Placing a palm to the earth, gentle pressure into that palm. As you slowly rise to a seated posture. Maybe bringing the hands back to heart center. The light, the love, the peace and the joy that is me recognizes, honors, and bows to the light, the love, the peace and the joy that is each of you. Thank you for letting me guide you through your practice. Namaste.